Welcome live to the Rajiv Gandhi Indoor Stadium in Kochi, Kerala. It's match night 6 in the Rupee Pro Volleyball League. And big questions to answer for both of our teams tonight, particularly the Chennai Spartans. Only their second game of the campaign, but they can ill afford any mistakes from here. They'll need to be competitive against the Hyderabad Blackhawks side that were quite impressive in their 3-2 win against the Ahmedabad defenders. Interestingly enough, we've had a hat-trick for 3-2 matchups, 5-set thrillers this week, 3-2 on Monday, 3-2 on Tuesday, 3-2 on Wednesday. Can these two teams give us a Thursday night to remember here live on Sony 6 and Sony 10-3? As always, joined by Manish Patavia and Alexa Strange, my broadcast colleagues. And Manish, I mentioned the pressure is on Chennai. How important for them to get a result, bearing in mind they've just got one lane gift in Kochi before we move to their hometown of Chennai?
Each team plays 5 games in the round-robin stage. Now losing 2 back-to-back means you're skating on thin ice. बात यह है कि पॉइंट्स टेबल में चेन्नई इस वक्त नंबर 5 पर है, मुंबई नंबर 6 पर है. अगर चेन्नई आज हारते हैं और बड़े मार्जिन से हारते हैं तो मुंबई को मौका मिलेगा नंबर 5 पर जाने का. Which means if Chennai get thrashed tonight, you Mumbai will be celebrating just a little bit.
Bilkul, Manish.
Oh, well done,
Bilkul.
well done.
Now, Alexa, your thoughts, please. We know you're very close to Carson Clark, and he was one of the stars of the show for the Blackhawks on their first match of the season, but he wasn't the only one, was he?
That's right. Ashwal, the middle blocker, actually outscored Carson Clark by 2 points because he had 2 more blocks than him. So I'm really excited to see what he does this game.
Yeah, and the strong teams have really seemed to be the teams that can combine a really good import player with a high-flying Indian. Of course, plenty of innovations to tell you about. If you're joining us for the first time tonight, you are very welcome. 5 sets, all to 15 points, and we've got a Peter England super point as well. Plenty of controversy around that last night, Manish.
Well, isn't that what we discussed for a couple of hours at breakfast today?
Yes,
should Ahmedabad defenders have taken that Peter England super point when they were in the lead? I believe teams and coaches and think tanks will take a while to figure how to use the Peter England super point. I believe we haven't seen enough. We'll see a lot more of how it pans out in the days to come.
And unless I'm very much mistaken, Alexa, we've been seeing more and more penna cement super serves as the players have been getting used to the court.
Yes, that's right. And a penna cement super serve is when a server serves the ball and it lands on the other side of the court without any opposing teammate touching the ball.
2 for the price of 1 is what we call it.
Keep an eye on those Peter England super points. In some way, they're almost introducing a bit of a game of chess into volleyball, isn't it? You have to time them just right.
Funnily enough, the one super point that we're all focusing on tonight is this one on Alexa's forehead. That's a super point as well, is it not?
She's looking ravishing as always, and she's been a great help. I know you're going to be asking people later on in the show to give their questions to you over Twitter to be part of the programme. We'll look forward to that. And of course, you can play along at home with the Fantasy League. We'll tell you about that in a second. But first, the MVP, the Bank of Baroda Most Valuable Player. The table will be updated after every match day, and then we'll crown our winner on March the 22nd in Chennai. And Akra has overtaken Hydrogen Boy after his big performance last night. He's up to 20 Bank of Baroda Most Valuable Player points. And in terms of the fantasy standings, well, the main man still at the top of those, Alexa, Hydrogen Boy riding high with the My Team 11 game.
Yeah, that's right. He has just been so fun to watch throughout the duration of this tournament. The way he elevates and attacks the ball, it seems like he's just putting a little extra oomph on the ball that the other players haven't been able to adjust to yet.
Get on that My Team 11 website, pick your teams, up to 50,000 Indian rupees in prizes available, daily competitions as well. We're doing our best to explain it to you as we go along, and we're ably assisted by our dear friends at Radio Mirchi. RJ Navis done a brilliant job bringing all the developments and the breaking news of the league to you over the course of our broadcast, and I'm delighted to say today he's been joined by our Hindi broadcast colleague Sunil Tadeja, and they're talking about that humongous starlet, the man they're calling sensational, Zach Lane.
और ये बहुत ही खूबसूरती के साथ बहुत ही खूबसूरती के साथ दर्शक मेरे सामने आ गए. मैं एक बार फिर से रेडियो मिर्ची से आरजे नवीन, और आप देख रहे हैं रुपए प्रो वॉलीबॉल. मुझसे होता ही नहीं है क्योंकि मुझसे आता ही नहीं है. कमेंटेटर तो हूं नहीं ना मैं, लेकिन अब मेरे साथ कमेंटेटर है सुनील तनेजा. वेलकम सर, वेलकम टू द शो. सबसे पहले तो मैं ये जानना चाह रहा हूँ यार, ये एक तो वॉलीबॉल पहली बार देख के मुझे बहुत मजा आ रहा है. मैं समझ रहा हूँ धीरे धीरे, लेकिन एक चीज जो मैच में मैं देख रहा था बार बार, ये सकलैन को सेंसेशनल सकलैन किसने नाम दिया और क्यों?
नवेद फर्स्ट थिंग फर्स्ट, कमेंट्री बढ़िया कर रहे थे. मतलब मेरी नौकरी खतरे में लग रही है मुझे, बाय गॉड बता रहा. सो सेंसेशनल सकलेन बाय चांस मेरी जबान से निकला था, वो इसलिए क्योंकि सकलेन जो है वो सेटर का काम करता है. तो सेटर वो है जो हॉकी या फुटबॉल में हमारे क्रिएटिव मिडफील्डर हैं, लेकिन उनको बॉल बना के कौन दे रहा है वो सेटर डिसाइड करेगा. तो जो सकलेन की टीम यू मुंबा वॉली थी वो कैलिकट से मैच हारी थी, उसके बावजूद हम लोगों ने मैन ऑफ द मैच सकलेन को दिया था। वो इतना कमाल का खेले, वो ब्लॉक भी करते हैं, वो आके स्पाइक भी लगाते हैं, ही इज एन ऑलराउंडर, वो सेंसेशनल सकलेन है वो।
मतलब सेंसेशनल सकलेन जो इनका काम ये है कि बेसिकली बॉल को बना के देना लोगों
जी
को।
जी जी।
तो ऐसे तो नहीं है किसी मैच में अगर सकलेन का मूड खराब है, बॉल दे नहीं रहा हो, कह रहे दे दे यार जरा से दे दे, ऐसा तो नहीं होता कि गुस्सा आ गया उसे कभी दे
लकीली सकलेन की पर्सनल बॉल नहीं है कि लेके चला गया, रोती पिट के चला गया, मैंने खेला होगा तो
मैं आपसे कह रहा था ना कि ऐसा भी होता था कि जिसकी बॉल वो घर चला जाए, लेकिन यहाँ पे जिसकी बॉल होगी वो पूरा मैच खेलेगा। ऐसे ही हम पूरी बात करेंगे। थैंक यू सो मच सर। मैं आपसे और चीजें पूछता रहूंगा। रुपए प्रो वॉलीबॉल लीग देखते रहिए, मैं आपके साथ मौजूद और रहूंगा। #थ्रिल का कॉल,
रुपए प्रो वॉलीबॉल।
Great work from RJ Navid and Sunil, and of course it's just so great to see Indian sporting superstars being born right here on Sony 6 and Sony 10.3 on the Rupe Pro Volleyball League. Sack Lane, you can add into the list that always includes Hydrogen Boy, who's really shone brightly over the course of our first week. Very quickly guys, predictions, you're struggling, you need to get it right tonight. Who's going to win?
For the love of Mumbai, I'm going to say go Blackhawks, thrash the Spartans.
Alexa, in one word, who's going to win?
Hyderabad.
She goes for Hyderabad. A difference of opinion. Alexa and Manish have been out on the beach. Let's catch up with them.
सुबह 6 बजे बीच पर डेट पर, वो भी मेरे साथ। माना कि मैं एक नेट खट बालक हूँ, लेकिन क्या एलेक्सा स्ट्रेंज ने मेरे लिए जाल बिछाया है? Let's find out what she's up to.
Oh, Manish, you never get out. You're always taking notes for commentary. So I thought I'd take you to the beach, God's own country, Kerala, for some beach volleyball 101. First lesson, Manish, passing. You have to put your platform like this. Now your turn, Manish. Lesson number 2, digging. And you gotta keep your body really low. Lesson number 3. Now it's your turn, Manish, to dig one of my spikes.
Alexa, you said you had my back. Is this what you meant? I would much rather be in the studio. I'm out of here.
Everybody ready to have a good time? Let's hear some noise! You're coming back with locator or just beauty? Just the locator. It's just past 7 p.m. Indian Standard Time, and we now welcome our viewers from around the world for match night 6 of the Rupee Pro Volleyball League. It's now time to meet our officials for tonight's matchup. Please welcome onto the court Mr. Rameshwar Chauhan of Himachal Pradesh and Mr. Romeo Singh of Manipur. So here we go. I have one question and one question alone for the thousands in attendance and the millions watching across the world on Sony 6 and Sony 10.3 across India and our international broadcast partners. And that question is this: are you ready to volley? Let's meet the teams. Introducing first into the arena, the undefeated Hyderabad Blackhawks.
They are the Blackhawks. They saw off the Ahmedabad defenders in their opening game in that 5-set thriller, thanks to their captain Clarkson Clark and Ashwal Rai, the Indian superstar. Can they make it 2 in a row?
Yes, I'm really excited to see if Ashwal Rai, number 4, can bring it again, middle blocker. And hopefully number 9, Carson Clark, can lead his team to victory. Also, keep an eye out for number 14, the Canadian, Alex Bader, young up-and-coming star.
And their opponents about to make their way onto the arena floor. Please welcome the Chennai Spartans!
The Spartans from Chennai got an absolute thrashing by the Calicut Heroes in their opening game of the Rupee Pro Volleyball League. Can they make a comeback? Can they forge a comeback? Can they beat a side that's high on confidence? Chennai will rely on Rudy Verhoff and the man they call the Nightmare, Naveen Raja Jacob, the number 18 on this squad.
Yeah, number 14, Shelton Moses, team captain, is going to have to show a lot of leadership. And also number 8, Ruslan, the foreign player. It seems like every team is as good as their foreign player, so he's really going to have to step it up this game.
Time for the national anthem then.
At this time, I would like you all to rise to respect the national anthem of India. So here we go, Alexa. It's not exactly do or die time for the Chennai Spartans, but boy, could they do with the victory here. Their next game isn't until next Monday when they take on Kochi, which is going to be a toughie. They don't want to be relying on getting results in their 2 games at the end of the season when we go back to Chennai on March the 16th, February the 16th, I should say.
Yes, Patrick, I absolutely agree with you. A victory today for Chennai would be huge. It would take a lot of pressure off them coming into that game against Kochi. And what better team than a young Hyderabad team? Look out for number 10, Rudy Verhoff. He had a great game last time, and we're looking for number 14, Shelton Moses, team captain. It's really going to take a lot of leadership on his part as a middle blocker, controlling that front row and the defense and shutting down this young Blackhawks Hyderabad offense.
The problem they had in their opening game on Sunday against Calicut was they started very weakly. The first 2 sets they lost by 15 points to 8, and Amit Kumara, their coach, will be, I'm sure, instilling in the team an importance on starting fast. But it won't be easy, because on the opposite side of the court for them tonight is a very strong Blackhawks team led by the man that stands out like a sore thumb, Carson Clark, and his teammates responded to his quality on match night 1 for Hyderabad.
Yes, the token white boy. And Ashwal Rai, middle blocker, is the other one to look out for. Not only has he been attacking really, really well, but he's been doing a great job at the net blocking. That's why he actually has more points than Carson Clark, who got man of the match last game.
And there's the coach, Bir Singh Yadav of the Blackhawks. And what you've been doing brilliantly for us, Alexa, not just identifying the plays and explaining the terminology, but you read the body language beautifully on the court. We've seen some of the teams have struggled as a unit, and just tell people watching at home live on Sony 6 and Sony 10.3 how important teamwork is in volleyball, and the fact that everyone is on the same page.
Yes, volleyball is a very symbiotic sport. There's 6 people on the court, so you really feed off of each other's energy. If one person kind of has negative body language or negative energy, it can really be a cancer and ripple out onto the rest of the team. So it's really important for these team captains, or whoever is the leader on the team, to sort of manage that energy.
Romeo Singh, one of our 2 referees, alongside Mr. Ramanshwar Chauhan. And we're almost set for action. We had 3 games already this week that went to a deciding set, and arguably the best of them was last night's last gasp win for Kochi. Chennai and Hyderabad going to serve up another ding-dong battle for you tonight. Very warm welcome if you're watching live on Sony 6 or Sony 10.3 across India, and our broadcast partners beaming these pictures all over the world as the various dignitaries get ready with the best seats in the house, second only really to the ones you're enjoying at home. India, as it always does, has put a brand new outlook on a very special sport indeed, and pro volleyball has never seen anything like this Rupay Pro Volleyball League.
Something I like to see out of the Chennai Spartans is their foreign players to step it up a little bit more. I think the Indian players on the Chennai Spartans have done a great job sort of managing and being consistent, but a team seems to only be as good as their foreign players. So players like, right there you see Ruslan's, and players like number 8 Ruslan there, and Rudy. It's going to be so important for them to sort of step it up and help their Indian teammates.
Now let's have a quick check-in with how the table stands. We're almost set for the first serve. That win yesterday for Kochi wasn't enough to see them overtake Calicut by virtue of set difference. The defenders, despite being defeated, stay 4th, but a heavy defeat for Chennai tonight, and they could drop to the bottom below Umumba Volley. Remember, the top 4 go through to our semi-finals. It'll be Chennai to get us underway. They won the toss, and they will serve here, which in itself is an interesting call. And away we go. Safety first for the serve. Dug up by Bader. Out wide to Carson Clark. The block is not good enough, and it's first blood to the Blackhawks.
Great way to start the game right there. Carson chest bumping his teammate, and Akin just, not pressing quite early enough, so he's able to tool that ball. Look at this great back set by Carson, and he's able to just tool the blocker there. Hit the ball off their hands and out of the net.
So it's Mutusamy on serve, picked up with the libero for Chennai. Can they answer back with a point of their own straight away? Carson Clark got just enough in that to keep it alive, but going to set up the Chennai Spartans with what should be an easy kill, but they keep it alive again, the Blackhawks. Marvellous work from the boys from Hyderabad, and look at that touch from Carson Clark. 2 points in the game, and their international marquee player has scored them both.
Yeah, I didn't like how Chennai was not really aggressive on their attacking there, and the Hyderabad team, Carson right there, just exploiting that, shooting it in the middle on that tip.
Well, we mentioned that slow start that cost them very dear against Calicut on Sunday. The Chennai Spartans need to get their skates on. Mutusamy with the serve once more, just about crept over the net. Oh my word, they're all over the place, the Chennai Spartans. What on earth happened there, Alexa Strange?
Mutusamy had a float serve there. Pretty simple serve, there's no spin on it, and sometimes when you float the ball like that, it can be very difficult to gauge the actual speed and direction that the ball is going to go, and if it gets a weird contact on your platform, it can sort of just shoot in unintentional direction. Mutusamy
with 2 points already off his own serve. The Spartans need to get on the board, and they've botched that one again. Is it going to be 4-0? Brilliant work from the libero at the backcourt, but Carson Clark sells them a dummy, and Chennai Spartans fall for it.
And unfortunately there, Rudy trying to just manage that tight pass and get it over the net, but he tips it into the net. And easy point there for Hyderabad. Great defense though by the libero, Prabhakaran.
Remember, for the first time last night, the team that won the first set didn't go on and win the match, but this is a strong start. Again, it just creeps over. It couldn't be 5, could it? The Spartans desperate to get on the board, but Alexander Bader in the backcourt with a marvellous play. They're going to have to give the Chennai Spartans another chance this time. Out wide it goes. The block is a good one, and it's in! What a play! And the Blackhawks lead by 5.
And I'm going to have to go and give the Penna Cement super block early in this game right there. I love this. Look at how excellently number 11 on the Hyderabad, Ashwal, who's had a ton of blocks this game, closes with the outside hitter to block that ball. I just love how he closed with number 4, Rohit. And it was a great job there by number 4, Rohit, coming inside to the middle and closing with his middle blocker.
Dug up well by Chennai. They've got to get on the board here, and that's gone on. Was there a touch though? Yeah, there was a touch. The libero's protesting his innocence, but finally Chennai Spartans are off the mark.
And the crowds love that one. Great swing by Rudy Verhoff. He looks really, really pleased with that one. That's a great way to start the game, find some rhythm, great acceleration there, and great court vision, seeing that angle is open. I love how they're hugging there and cheering. They know they've got to bring a lot of energy into this game if they want to beat this young, fiery Hyderabad team.
Great to see Ross Lands and Rudy Verhoff celebrating together. Oh, that was a brilliant pickup. Oh, the libero, that's going out into the Z seats, I think. Somehow they keep it alive. If Chennai win this point, it'll be an absolute miracle. Carson Clark with the dink. And what's the call here? It's going to be against the Chennai Spartans, who are again all at sea in that play, Alexa.
Oh, you hate to see something like that. Great defense by both teams. What happened was the Chennai Spartans netted. Stupid mistake right here. Just kind of hits the net, yep, and causes Hyderabad to get the point. I like how after that, however, though, they all came into a circle, sort of talked it out, because, again, they know they have to manage their energy right now and stay positive and shake that off.
Biggest first set lead we've seen so far in the entire championships. 6-1, Rohit's first service error of the game, though, gives Chennai a glimmer, but they've got to go on a scoring run of their own now on serve. And we're going to see some interchanging here, Alexa.
And it looks like there's a serving sub, number 7, Ashwin, coming in for number 1 Akin, to be the serving specialist. Generally, you'll see that a serving specialist go in for the middle blocker, because that serving specialist can also play great defense. So after he serves, you don't have to deal with a tall player in the back row playing defense.
Desperate for Chennai to go on a point scoring run on their own serve, and that serving substitution hasn't worked out. Back-to-back service errors in the game, and Hyderabad with a 5-point cushion.
And he's going to get subbed back out, and then the libero is going to replace that middle blocker. The libero is the player in the different colored jersey on the court. He's considered the defensive specialist, and they generally go in for the middles.
Ashwal.
There he is in the blue there.
Ashwal on serve to take us to the goal foul technical timeout. Oh, the libero has cottoned up something chronic, and at the goal foul technical timeout, the Hyderabad Blackhawks are racing away with the first set, Alexa.
Yeah, and I hate to say it, but that's not exactly what you want to see the libero doing. But I like that Prabhakaran is smiling. The energy of this Chennai Spartan still looks really, really good.
Mistake from the libero. The Blackhawks in charge in set 1. Stay with us. back live at the Rajiv Gandhi Indoor Stadium at match night 6 in the Rupe Pro Volleyball League. Our Bank of Baroda MVP race is starting to hot up. Ukra Pandian and Ajit Lau, the hydrogen boy, first and second. And you can see Carson Clark playing tonight, can pick up some big points. He's already picked up plenty of points. Expect him to feature at the top of the table.
Yeah.
If you've got any questions for volleyball, Alexa, hashtag, you've got a hashtag now where people can send in their questions. Strange Samal.
Yes, that's right. Anyone that wants to ask me a question, and this is a play on words because my last name, of course, is actually Strange. So if you have any volleyball-related questions for me, shoot a Strange Saval question to me, and I'd love to answer it on air.
Absolutely nothing strange about Alexa, but there's plenty strange about that serve. What was Ashwell doing there? And the Hyderabad Blackhawks, well, fortunately for them, they've got that big cushion, but they've given Chennai a cheapo point there.
Yeah, it's going to be important for Chennai right now to get a few rallies and start rallying off a few points before they let Hyderabad stretch this lead. As it gets closer to 15, it gets harder and harder to make a comeback.
A powerful serve, but too powerful. I think they were getting for broke there. They almost need a Penna Cement super serve or a Peter England super point to get them back in to the mix here. But trailing 9-3, it doesn't look like the coach has got the courage to call it at the moment.
Yeah, great call there about being aggressive on the serving, going for the ace. At this point, if Chennai wants to get back in this game, they're going to have to serve aggressively. They can't risk serving easy balls.
Carson Clark dug up well by Chennai, out wide Verhoff, smashed it down, and a big point they picked up there. Rudy Verhoff proving his worth. He came up with 10 spikes on his first appearance here. He's got one tonight already.
Great swing there by Rudy. It's nice to see him sort of stepping it up a little bit. And you see what happens when there's a soft serve like there from Carson. Perfect pass, puts Chennai Spartans in system. Great set, and Rudy is able to get an easy transition kill right there.
The question is, in a race to 15 in these shortened sets in the Rupe Pro Volleyball League, have they conceded too much of a start already? Perceived wisdom says they have. Roslands on serve now for Chennai. Goes central, dug up well through the middle, and out to Carson Clark. Oh, he's made a mistake. Carson McCart. Those mistakes from him are a collector's item, and Chennai now trail by 4.
Yeah, Carson's got to be a little upset about that one. Just really wanted it and swings a little bit low into the net.
Did he see those blockers coming out the corner of his eye? Was that the problem?
Yeah, maybe they got a little bit in his head. Fun fact here about the server, Ruslands. He has a tattoo of his dog on his arm. That's dedication right there.
Picked up and out wide. Can they finish again? Oh, lovely block. That was a really strong piece of block work at the net by the Blackhawks, who get to double digits.
Yeah, I'm going to go ahead and give that one the Penna Cement super block. Let's run it back so we can see this. Sets to the outside. And look at how number 16, Mutusami, gets up all by himself for that solo block. That gets a team so fired up when you are alone and you're still able to go one-on-one with that hitter and get them.
Alexander Bay there with the service error. So Chennai just about keeping within touching distance. Remember, Hyderabad Blackhawks, if they want to use their Peter England Super Point, they have to call it before 11, and they're calling it now. Super Point time. Peter England Super Point has been called by the Hyderabad Blackhawks. Now this is a big point for Chennai, because if they can somehow win this on their own serve, they'll get to within 2.
And I think that was a great call by the coach on the Hyderabad, because they're receiving the ball right now, so they have a great chance to get to these 2 points, because they're getting the serve, the pass, that hit.
So, super point, Chennai on serve, and they might have got one here! Oh, it's backfired badly! The Blackhawks all of a sudden out of nowhere have let Chennai right back in that set! 10-8 now, the lead!
Don't you love it when you make a point and then the opposite happens and you gotta eat your words?
It's called the commentator's curse, Alexa, and you're doing brilliantly on your commentary debut here in the Rupe Pro Volleyball League. You better get used to it, because it happens more than you can imagine. A nightmare for the libero of the Blackhawks. He was sent tumbling backwards, Kamlesh Katik. And now, Chennai, if they can go on a little run here, they can go from an impossible position to make this first set competitive. Up it goes with the set out wide. Nice block, they've kept it alive brilliantly. Can they finish up again, Chennai? Yes, they can! Where does this come from?
I love that play right there. You know why they're so fired up? Because guess who got the dig? Team captain Shelton Moses. He doesn't even play defense. Let's watch it. Watch this dig by him. That is a middle blocker. He doesn't even play defense. He's just in there to serve. But he puts the team on his back and allows number 18, Naveen to get that kill. That was such an awesome play, and that's a great momentum changer for the team.
They led by as many as 5, now they only lead by 1, and it's no surprise it's the Hyderabad Blackhawks that call that timeout. And again, we talk about Chennai being slow starters, it's costing them so dearly, Alexa.
Yeah, I think I would like to see them just get a stronger warm-up.
Okay, let's check it with the My Team 11. Remember, you can play along at home, pick your team daily if you like to. Go to the My Team 11 website. Ajit Lau still leading the way, Hydrogen Boy, 90 points clear of Victor of the Ahmedabad defenders. It's surprised to see Victor up there. And I'm told, Alexa, breaking news, 25,000 people are playing the My Team 11 on the Rupe Pro Volleyball. What a start we've had to this inaugural season.
Oh my gosh, that's amazing to hear, and I wouldn't be surprised if all 25,000 of them have the young Hydrogen Boy on their team.
Bit of pressure here on Bursing Yadav, the coach, because he caught a Peter England super point that inadvertently, when he was trying to seal the set, let Chennai right back in. Are we going to get to 10 each here, or Hyderabad going to get back on track after the timeout? Carson Clark is long, and we're tied at 10. Where on earth did this come from?
And there you see what happens with the lefty power. Fellow lefty out there, I'm also a lefty. I love that swing by Carson, just textbook. Right here, he comes in from the back row, has to stay behind the line. And because he's a lefty, it's kind of hard for the blockers to line up properly on his arm. They line up like he's a right-handed person, and he's able to cut it down the line around them.
Libero picks it up for the Blackhawks. Out wide it goes, and this time they finish brilliantly. Marvellous work from Rohit Kumar.
I like that. I like that there by Roslin, saying, I'm good. He knows he should have had that dig. He read it so well. He knew exactly where the ball was going.
Oh, hold on, Alexa. Peter England's super point's been called. Peter England's super point's been called. And all of a sudden, Hyderabad could be trailing in this one. Now, we've seen a Peter England super point backfire on the team that called it. Is this the right call for you, Alexa?
Yeah, I say, you know what, you just got to go for it, especially in the first set. Set the pace of things. They have the opportunity right now to receive the ball. We saw the ace last time, but again, if they get a good pass, I think they have a really good chance of winning this.
Big point coming up. Oh, my word! They've handed it to them on a silver platter. And Chennai, who trailed 6-1 here, now lead 12-11. And look at the face of the coach, Dr. M.H. Cover up, he's absolutely delighted. Chennai have got their groove going.
And you just hate to see that, just an easy 2 points for them. But we keep talking about this in volleyball. It is such a game of momentum. And it's so crazy to see, like, one team will be winning by so much, and all of a sudden the other team's back in it.
Big dig up from the Blackhawks through the middle. They go, look at that for a block. My, oh my, Chennai are on fire.
I almost wish I could award that run right there the penultimate super serve of the game. Number 1 there, Akin just housing him. Look at that, just one-on-one with the star player on the Hyderabad. And he just houses Rohit straight down.
Harry Haran on serve. Chennai have come from the clouds here. Harry Haran's serve is a good one. Dug up through the middle by Bader. Out wide it goes. The blocking's good once more. And a chance for Chennai to go in front even further. Up and down it goes. Some safe to the Libero. But surely Chennai will get another chance to finish it off. Set up, put away, and block once more. Bader is scrambling. The Blackhawks to Carson Clark. Oh, what a play, Carson Clark.
We almost just saw back-to-back pancakes. Both these teams are playing incredible defense. And I love that shot there by Carson. Everyone is getting so dug in because it's spike after spike, crazy dig after dig, and Carson being the experienced player. Look at this pancake. More of a flipper, really. He kind of flips that like a dolphin.
Crazy point, and the reality is the Blackhawks need to find a point off their own serves now in the next couple of points, and they'll be hoping to do it at the first available opportunity. So a huge service point coming up for both the Blackhawks and Chennai. Remember, only once the team lost the first set and got on to win the match. The Blackhawks serve with Mutu Sami. It's safety first, out wide it goes. Oh, that's a powerful spike, and another point for Chennai gives them 3 set points, Alexa.
Great hit there by Roslin, and we've seen here both foreign players, Rudy and Roslin, on the Chennai Spartans really step it up compared to the last match.
So, can they put this set away?
Nice swing by Rudy.
First time of asking. Remember, they were 6-1 down. I don't think we've seen an individual comeback inside a set like this so far in the Rupe Pro Volleyball League after 5 of the big games you've had so far. Plenty of movement on the serve. Out wide, put away, it's long, and the set somehow goes to the Chennai Spartans, who found their formula flying, Alexa.
Wow, and I am just so impressed with the cohesion of this team. And that's what I'm talking about, positive energy and coming together, touching, communicating. All these things are so important because when you do that and you stay together as a unit, you can do things like come back from a 6-1 when you're down 6-1.
So, an incredible set sees the Chennai Spartans draw first blood. Can the Blackhawks bounce back? Find out next, live on Sony 6 and welcome back live to the Rajiv Gandhi Indoor Stadium, where we have seen some turnaround in the first set. Carson Clark's Hyderabad Blackhawks blown off the court in the closing stages by Shelton Moses' Chennai Spartans. There was nothing that they could do in the face of Rudy Verhoff, Ruslan's charge, and having trailed 6-1, they took it out by an impressive 15-12, Alexa. Some set that was. Now, the Bank of Baroda most valuable player, Ukrapandian leading the way, but Carson Clark, he's only played one game, and he'll be up that chart, I'm sure, before the end of the season.
And Ukrapandian had such a nice game last night if you missed it. He's just an incredible setter, great leadership. And what I'm loving, oh yeah, if you guys have any questions for me, hashtag Strange Saval on our Instagram or Facebook at Strange Saval, and I'd be happy to answer your questions on air.
And don't forget to tag us in at Pro Volleyball India as well on those questions, hashtag Strange Saval. I'm being told only on Twitter, but you're on Instagram as well, Alexa. I know people can follow you on Instagram.
Yeah, definitely tag me on Instagram, Strange Saval, and I'd be happy to answer them.
So we're set for the second set. The Blackhawks in unfamiliar territory. They've never trailed in any match so far. Only played one admittedly, but they were always in front in that game. They sneaked past the Ahmedabad defenders 3-2.
Something that I loved about the Chennai Spartans team is if you watch the last set, there wasn't a particular player on that squad that was dominating the court, as we've seen time and time again throughout this tournament. It was really all of them together playing cohesively.
Brother Karam is a superstar in the Vero for me. That start all over the court, and they're at it again as well. And all of a sudden, it's the Black Hawks that need to change their body language. And look at the crowd loving this.
They love that one. And I want to run that back because that was all actually the setter. I mean, it was obviously a great attack, but number 5 on the Chennai Spartans, number 5, Hari Haran, really set that play up. He ran a complicated offense with a quick set to the outside, and he was able to crush it down.
Hari Haran on serve, decent serve as well. The libero was scrambling out wide, picked up brilliantly. It's another chance for the Chennai Spartans to get a point on serve, and they take it quite brilliantly out wide. What a play out wide for the Spartans.
And what we're seeing here is great serving by Chennai, great energy, and Hyderabad is passing really poorly. They have a great offensive team, but if they can't defend and they can't dig, they're not going to have the opportunity to score. Great out-of-system set on a triple block, and he's able to rip that through.
Marvellous work from Naveen Raja Jacob. Hari Haran on serve. Remember, in the first set, it was Hyderabad that stormed out to an early lead and ended up losing it. So can the Blackhawks give them a taste of their own medicine when they're on the ball in set number 2? A lovely play there of Gala Rimpal Singh.
And there you see what happens when you get a good pass. That pass was perfect, and the setter was able to set Garincha Singh perfectly.
So now for the Blackhawks, they could do with Alexander Bader going on a serving run here. That's dug out off the floor just by Prabha. Brilliant pickup. How on earth did the libero get that back for the Blackhawks? But is it all for nothing? Yes, it is. And look at the body language on the faces of the Chennai Spartans.
And look at how together they are. It's amazing. Did you see that touching forehead, massaging each other? Like this team right now, I love their energy. It's incredible. And it really translates onto the court. Everyone's hustling for each other. And number 1 there on the Chennai Spartans, Akin getting a really high swing off the block. That's such an intelligent play. He doesn't have to crush it straight down, and he knows that.
Naveen serves, picked up with the libero. Nice dig up in the air. Nice touch from Carson Clark. But the Chennai Spartans are lining up to finish this off. Rudy! Another point for the men in yellow.
Look at them. Every play coming in there and hugging. And the crowd is eating it up. They are loving it. The energy that they are bringing onto this court is coming out and extending out to the crowd. It's so cool. Great swing there. That was a tool. Rudy was able to hit it high off the hands of the block, and it goes out of bounds. That is called a tool.
Naveen on serve. Chennai have the wind beneath them now. Look at the movement on that serve. It was swirling all over the court. They recover well, the Blackhawks. They've got work to do now, though. Carson Clark. Oh, it's a mistake from Carson Clark. How many touches did they have there? It's going to be another point for the Chennai Spartans. I don't know exactly what happened there, Alexa. Talk us through it.
Well, something you should know that actually if the block touches the ball and it still goes over onto your side, that doesn't count as one of your touches. So you still have the opportunity to touch the ball 3 times. In volleyball, the rule is 3 contacts.
They had a really nice swagger about them in the first half of the first set, but the swagger's disintegrated for the Blackhawks, and the Chennai Spartans are at the moment looking unstoppable. Out to Rudy! Lovely touch, picked up by Carson Clark, out wide. And that's it. That's a marvelous game from Alexander Bader.
Alexander Bader getting the kill for his team when he needed it, and there he's saying, let's go, trying to get him a little bit more fired up. Someone on this Hyderabad team right now is going to sort of have to step it up and get this leadership role going and fire this team up a little bit more because they need to match that Chennai Spartan energy.
I think they've been taken aback. Maybe they had too much of an easy start of it in the first set when they were 6-1 up, and that's another 2 point they've given up. And all of a sudden, the Spartans who came from behind to win the first set are way out in front in the second.
And the coach there talking to his player, knowing you know, especially if you're going to go for the easy float serve like that, not even jump serving into it, you got to keep the ball in. You cannot give Chennai easy free points like that.
Akin GS for the Spartans. Easy serve picked up, Carson Clark. Oh, that's world class. got his angles all right. Chennai had no response, and Hyderabad managed to get to within 3.
I like that swaggy walk back there by Carson Clark. That was such a sick hit, and he just walked back with full confidence. He hit that over the top of the blocker. They had no chance of getting a blocker dig when you're coming on top of the block like that.
Looks to me like he might be going for a big serve hit. Carson Clark goes deep, dug out by Roslands. Into the middle it goes, and the block goes wide, and that point of credited to Naveen Raja Jacob, and the Spartans now back in front by 4.
And that right there is just an unlucky block. They were, the Blackhawks, if you watch this, were just a little bit too early actually. Because they jumped early, they were on their way down as the attacker was hitting it, which is why the ball went off the top of their hands and out of bounds.
Rudy on serve for Chennai, in control of this one, flicks off the net, picked up by Bader. Oh, a lovely walk through the middle. That was a monstrous spike from Ashwell Wide. So impressive in the opening day victory over the defenders, and impressive again there.
He hit that ball straight down. Let's see that again. And this is a great serve, great pass there by Bader. And look at that elevation and that torque he puts on it. He snaps his wrist so hard and bounces that ball straight down. Textbook hit there by number 11, Ashwal.
And it sounds like it's an obvious thing to say, but the more acute the angle, the harder it is for the opponents to get it back, and that was an acute angle. Good pickup. Here's Roslands out wide, and Roslands gives the Blackhawks a taste of their own medicine, and the Spartans stay in control as we go to the goal. Royal technical timeout. It's Chennai 8, Hyderabad 4, with the Spartans having a 1-set lead, Alexa.
Yeah, Patrick, I'm in a cute angle, and I think you're in a obtuse angle.
I think that sums it up perfectly. There's nothing not cute about you. The goal oil technical timeout comes with the Chennai Spartans in control. They're going to pick up their first win of this Rupe Pro Volleyball League season. Back over the Rajiv Gandhi Indoor Stadium, getting my Gandhis mixed up. You mustn't do that here in Kochi, Kerala. And we've already had a question for hashtag Strain Saval, and it is this, Alexa. Who according to you will be the most valuable player at the end of the season? And here's how the table looks at the moment as we get a Peter England super point. I'll tell you what, I'll give you a point to think about the answer.
Oh, I already know who I'm thinking right now. Hydrogen boy, Aji for sure. He's just been dominating this league. Any league, I think he would honestly be dominating. Even if he was playing on the international scale against top players, I still think he'd be dominating. So fun to watch.
Back to the action. This is a tactic we've seen throughout the tournament, calling for your Peter England super point off the back of a goal foil technical timeout. And it's backfired, has it? Yes, it's backfired. Backfired badly. And the Spartans now lead by 4.
Yeah, that was a great defensive play there by Hyderabad. They really needed that. Great set here. Great tool there off number 14 on Chennai. Unlucky play.
Apologies, I called that one wrong. I thought Chennai had nicked that, but it's gone to the Blackhawks, so they closed to win in 2, so it did work out for them. Apologies. Carson Clark lifts it up, blocked from Shelton Moses, but it's going to go long, and now it's just a 1-point set. And having seen Hyderabad throw away lead in the first set, and Chennai going to do that in the second.
And that was another deep tool there on team captain Shelton Moses. Great hit there by number 3. Guramra, but I think the reason he keeps getting tooled is because his timing is a little off. Timing is crucial in blocking. You can't be early, you can't be too late.
Ashwell Rao now with a big serve for the Blackhawks. A point here would tie it up. Footballs! He's been caught with a service footballs, and that is not what you want to do to give Chennai another 2-point buffer.
Oh, that's so frustrating because we're finally seeing Hyderabad sort of get some momentum here and starting to make a comeback and potentially tie up this game. And then you throw away that momentum when you give them an easy point by stepping on the line while you're serving. You cannot, that's called a foot fault. You cannot step on the line when you serve or you foot fault.
So, Penny for the thoughts of Carson Clark, whose face we saw momentarily there. His opposite number, the skipper, Shelton Moses, with a good serve, a good block as well. This is another chance for Chennai about to come up. And Carson Clark is unable to save the day. And India getting the better of the USA on that play. It's Chennai now in control.
And not to take anything away there from number 1, Hakeem, but that was really a play by number 5, Hari Haram, the setter. That was a tight pass. Looks like it was going to go over the net, and he elevates so high, sets the ball back off the net, and gives number 1, Hakeem, the opportunity to score.
The Blackhawks go for the timeout, no surprise, and I just wonder whether we'll see another Peter England super point off the back of this timeout. Now the question you were asking about, who is going to be the most valuable player? Now, Ajit Flower is leading the point scoring in the My Team 11, but in the Bank of Baroda MVP, which is the broadcast team voting for their best 3 players every night, with a league table accumulating points with the champion crown on the 22nd on our final night, the 22nd of February in Chennai. At the moment, after last night's performance, Kochi Blue Spikers Akra has overtaken Ajit Flower at the top of the table, but you're still sticking with Hydrogen Boy, are you, Alexa?
I mean, it's hard because Akra is a setter, meaning that his position is less glorious. He's getting that second contact on the ball and giving the ball to his hitters. So it doesn't look as flashy and impressive as someone like Ajit, who's elevating, the Hydrogen Boy, who's elevating and slamming balls down, and it's just so fun to watch. But yeah, he's just a phenomenal setter.
Thanks to Yashas for that question, to Alexa. Keep them coming. Hashtag Strain Sawal. Oh, what a play that was, Carson Clark, to give Hyderabad a fighting chance in his second set.
And there's another great hit by Rudy, and Carson trying to communicate to his team, trying to get something going here. They look a little like dull out there. I'd really like to see a little more energy.
Super point on the way. The Peter England super point now played by the Chennai Spartans, who have taken it now, presumably, to try and give themselves a 4-point buffer that would be too much for Hyderabad to close down. And remember, Hyderabad have already played their super point in this set. Blackhawks. Prabha digs it up from the bare arm. Oh, good play, Alexander Bader. That pass went awry, I think, there, Alexa.
Wow, and that worked out really well for Hyderabad. Going for that serve and that overpass gave Bader the opportunity to slam that ball down.
Well, we have one team.
Look at this elevation here.
We have one team in cruise control in the first set. They were pegged back to 10 each. And Chennai came from behind to win it. Are we seeing exactly the same thing, but the other way round here? In terms of the teams in the second set, Prabha, nice pickup, out wide it goes, and the Spartans are blocked out of business, and all of a sudden it's Hyderabad that lead. What a topsy-turvy rollercoaster game this is.
And what a block by Carson Clark, solo block there on the right side against the outside. He gets up and he's pumped on that. He's telling his team, come on, let's go. Let's look at this block by him. Look at that press there, and he is so pumped. He timed that perfectly. He wasn't too late, and he knows it.
What a time to turn things around, and as a result, the Hyderabad Blackhawks called that timeout, and they've been imperious since they came back onto court. The Chennai Spartans will repeat that trick as the coach of the Blackhawks, Versing Yadav, dishes out advice to see if Hyderabad can close the set out and level it up at 1 set each. And a reminder as well, My Team 11, you can play the Fantasy League game at home. Go to the My Team 11 website, 50,000 Indian rupees available, daily games as well. Ajit Lau leads the way there. Who's the first name on your Fantasy League team sheet? And you can't say me, Alexa.
I'm going to have to go with David Lee maybe for now, just because he's a fellow American, and I really like the energy he's been bringing to this entire league. Look at the fans there dancing. That's the kind of energy David Lee's been bringing. He's been interacting with the fans every game, and it's bringing a lot of fun to the game, and it's been super enjoyable to watch.
David Lee, of course, of the Kochi Blue Spikers. Out wide it goes to Rudy Verhoff. There was a touch on that. The point goes to the Spartans.
team on their back, but they're definitely doing a better job here.
Harry Harron on serve. You get a feeling here, the next team to win a point on their serve is going to win this set. Can the Spartans pick that point up now? Out wide, lovely block. They couldn't quite get to it. Yes, they could. What a pick up from Roslands. And what a point this is turning out to be. The Libero sets it up. Another chance to win it for the Spartans. And what a play from Akin GS. Huge strike. The Spartans back in control for the second set.
And Akin is just so good out of the middle. I just love to watch him swing. Look at this play right here. Look at that diving pancake by Rosalind. That's a pancake when you slide and have your hand flat on the ground. Great hustle play by Hyderabad, but has to give a free ball. And then here we see the Akin just responding to that free ball with a straight down kill.
You ain't got a thing in terms of spiking if you ain't got that swing, and Akin GS has certainly got that. Harry Harron's serve again, picks up. The Blackhawks need a point badly. And is that going to be ours? Yes, it is! My oh my, Chennai are 2 points away from a 2-set lead.
Oh, an unlucky swing there. It was a great approach by number 3, Guram Rest, but unfortunately, he goes just a little bit wide. I like how he saw that line was open. I mean, really good. He just needed a little bit more snap on the wrist on that. His hand went a little limp fish, and instead of snapping, he kind of just kept it stiff. And as a result of that, that ball just went a little out of bounds.
Harry Harron, 2 points from the set to the Chennai Spartans. The Blackhawks need to fight back, and fight back they do with a solid point. The gap, though, is still 1 in favour of the Spartans.
And great swing out of the middle there by Rohit. And great vision by the setter, seeing that that was open.
So, pressure on this serve. We've seen some wasted points from the Blackhawks. Service errors into the net. That one's climbed over, but it should be an easy play here out wide for the Spartans. Put away brilliantly. And look what it means to that man. The celebration from Rudy Verhoff, geeing his fans up. Marvellous to see.
And Rudy is stepping it up as a team leader right now in the court. Look at this great swing by him. Just able to chip it down the line around Carson Clark. Carson didn't get wide enough on the block. And then look at this as he screams to the fans. You gotta love that. Fist pumping, yelling, and the fans respond with a scream of their own.
So, 3 set points for Chennai. Remember, they only won 1 set in total in their opening game. They can take a 2-set lead here. Oh, the block is brilliant. The pickup sensational. Still set point, Roslands. Kept alive, but they're going to give the Blackhawks a chance, or are they? No, they're not. It's the second set, and the first set point for the Chennai Spartans, and the route for the Legend Dandy is unblue.
And there you see Roslands with a great swing. He gets the tip for sort of like a reset shot, so it's almost like a free ball. Great set there, gets back up really quickly, and they run that so fast, they don't have a chance to defend. And look at the embracing and the hugging. That is teamwork. That is what volleyball is all about.
Well, they've been quiet on social media and quiet round the camp, but the Chennai Spartans are letting their volleyball do the talking here. They lead by 2 sets to love. Big work on for the Blackhawks. See if they can do it next. Back live at the Rajiv Gandhi Indoor Stadium. Well, no one saw this coming. Remember, Hyderabad went into this with a chance to join Calicut and Kochi at the top of the table. Chennai needed to really avoid any kind of defeat, otherwise they go to the bottom behind Mumba. But somehow Chennai, despite going 6-1 down in the opening set, have built up a 2-set-to-love lead. And remember, you can have your say at Pro Volleyball IN on Twitter, Pro Volleyball India on Insta, and on Facebook, Pro Volleyball India. And on that Twitter page, hashtag Strange Summer, and you can ask our very own Alexa Strange anything you want to ask. And here's one. It's from M-Prime17. Where can I find volleyball tactic tutorials? Do you give private tutorials when you're here in India?
I give private lessons back in California, but I would recommend going to YouTube and actually looking up volleyball skills. I actually do that all the time.
But have you got a YouTube video where people can have a tutorial by you?
But if I get it by popular request, maybe I'll start.
First serve for the third set, the Chennai Spartans picked up. Blackhawks need to start strong, and they don't. I think that's going to be a wall. Well, that was an interesting one. Very interesting. Talk us through that opening point of the third set, Alexa.
It happened so fast, it was kind of hard to see, but what looked like happened is Carson on the right side hit the ball, and the block was just not pressed over the net enough. Great set by 16.
No, I don't think that's a Pennicement.
Yeah.
Is that Pennicement
No,
block
no,
worthy?
no. What happened was they didn't press enough, and it landed on their side.
Well, there's some confusion at the back end of that point. Certainly not a super block, but nonetheless, the point goes to the Hyderabad Blackhawks, and they needed to strike first in this third set. But they've got to be asking mental questions of themselves now, the men in black, because they led 6-1 in the first set, 1-0. They got it back to 10-all in the second and 1-0. And now, barring some miraculous play out on the side, Carson Clark, it might well be 1-all at the start of the third. Nice pick up from both. Really cute work at the net by both teams. Out wide, massive power from Berhoff. Up it goes from Roslands. Oh, marvellous pick up from the bearer of the Blackhawks. What a point this is turning out to be. But it will be another chance for the Spartans to kill the point off. Out wide to Berhoff. Good block. There was a touch in there, I fancy. And it's going to be a point to the Chennai Spartans. Talk us through that incredible rally, Alexa.
First of all, great hustle by number 16, the setter, Mutu Sami, to keep his team in the game. But right here, looks like there was a little bit of a net on the ball. Excuse me, a net. The blockers hit the net, and that was a great job by the setter for the Chennai Spartans. He looks like he's going to set the middle, but then he actually set it back to Rudy. And the Hyderabad offense defense didn't know what to do.
Picks up well by the Blackhawks, Lavero, and it's there. A really good reaction from Rosman's going to get the point on serve to the Chennai Spartans, and they take the early advantage in set 3. Remember, if they win this set, they'll definitely win the match. And then, of course, the question is, are we going to see the first 5-0? You wouldn't rule out anything at this stage. Hyderabad still possible to come back and win 3-2. Chennai can still take it 3-2, 4-1, but the 5-0 still on the table.
Absolutely. This young Hyderabad team is the youngest team in the league, so it's really going to take a lot of mental fortitude on their part.
That serve goes long. Service error for Chennai. That was it up at 2 apiece. A reminder why 5-0 victories are so important is it gives you a bonus point. We haven't had anyone win by 5-0. In fact, ironically, Chennai nearly got beat 5-0. They lost 4-1 to Calicut on Sunday. If Chennai could pick up the bonus point here, they would instantly go up into third position in the table. Amit with serve for the Blackhawks, picked up by Roslands. In the middle it goes, that's in. That's got in, I think, and it's another point to the Spartans.
And right now, and the big smile there on Hopkins' face, just a textbook swing down the middle there. And the Chennai Spartans just look like they're flowing so well. When you're flowing in volleyball, we call it in flow. It looks like almost dancing. It's almost like you're playing out of your mind. You're not even thinking anymore.
Lavero for the Blackhawks. Out wide to Carson Clark. Lovely deception. Lovely hand deception there from the American.
Yeah, and there we see some lefty power. We see why you want a left-handed person on the right side. I hope they play that back. I want to see that replay. What a sick swing. Great set here. Look at how he looks like he's going to go angle, and then he cuts it down the line there. That's why the left hand is so great.
Great analogy. It's almost like a spinner in cricket, bowling a spin delivery, the way Carson Clark dealt with that finish off. Oh, nice work. And Rosman's answers straight back with a taste of their own medicine for the Spartans.
Ooh, Carson Clark saying we're fine, because Roslands responded with literally the exact same kind of swing from the outside position of his own. He responds with his own hit down the line on Carson. That's funny. Head-to-head, fighting back-to-back.
The man drafted third at the auction and draft in December, now serving really well. But didn't draft him third to do that. Service error. And once more we're tied, this time at 4 in the third.
It's going to be really important for this Hyderabad team this set to step up their passing. They have great attackers. They have great attackers like Carson Clark and Ashwal Rai, but they really are going to need to pass in order to let those hitters succeed.
Carson Clark, back-to-back service errors, one for each team, and it's the two marquee import players that have hit them as well. Both may be going with a pen of cement in the back of their minds. Pen of cement super serve, and Chennai back for the advantage. And remember, you say they've got to get their passing going, Alexa. They've got no time to mess around. And they lose this set, all they've got to play for then is consolation sets in the 4th and the 5th to affect their set pivot. It's a pen of cement! Super serve! And Rosland's come up with it! And a huge break for Chennai, who now leads 7-4 in the third.
And what a serve by Rosland. He is having such a good game. He's serving well, he's attacking well, he's blocking well, he's defending well, all around playing great. And a pen of cement super serve, the exact opposite of Hyderabad wants to do, getting a good pass. They actually got ace.
Well, he's gone under the radar so far through the first 2 matches, not anymore. Rosland's a player to watch. The Libero digs it up for the Blackhawks. Carson Clark and now the foreign players beginning to try and take a stranglehold on this for their respective franchises.
Oh, and Carson Clark just nailed the Libero from Karan in the head. We call that a 6-pack or a domey. Look at this hit. Nailed him.
Bit of shoulder. Was that shoulder or head? Doesn't matter. I think he felt it wherever
Doesn't
it was.
matter. Either way, that's a 6-pack, baby. Nice hit, Carson.
He certainly felt it wherever it hit him. Row hit on serve for the Blackhawks, trailing by 2. The serve trickles over, up through the middle, go Chennai. Oh, what power! What power from Chennai. Naveen Raja Jacob, not for the first time tonight, letting loose.
It seems like every time this Hyderabad team does something well, Chennai responds and says, whatever you do, I can do better.
It's the Gulf Oil technical timeout. Alexa Strange is spot on. It's a case of anything the Blackhawks do, the Spartans are doing better. They lead 2-0. They're in front in the third. Stay with us. Mr. Blobby in the house, the official mascot of the Rupe Pro Volleyball League, Nippon Paints Blobby, and we come back with a Peter England Super Point played by the Blackhawks. This is a huge gamble, because if they lose this, the Spartans will just be 5 points away from a guaranteed minimum of 2 points. But I suppose if they get it, Alexa, they're back within 1.
I'm going to guess they're either going to set Carson in the back row or number 11 in the middle, Ashwal Rai. Let's see what they do.
It's the captain, Shelton Moses. Oh, it's gone long. It's gone long, only just. It was a brave lead. Let's see how long that was, Alexa.
I love Moses. Such a good guy. He's such a sweetheart. But yeah, just a little too deep. Almost a great serve.
That's 6 inches.
So we don't get to see who he's going to set, unfortunately. I wanted to see if I'd get it right.
They win a point on their serve here. The Blackhawks, they can level this up at 8 each. All 3 sets have been topsy-turvy affairs tonight. Oh, that's gone wide. That's a mistake. That is a mistake, a rare mistake for Akinci. Yes, he's been good all night, but that's the point that gives the Blackhawks a level up.
I wouldn't actually blame that mistake on Akin. I think that's number 5, the setter's ball, Hari Hara, because he set that low. Akin is a huge blocker. It's a spike height of 360 centimeters. You gotta set the ball high.
Ashraf with a chance to give the Blackhawks a lead in this third set for the first time, and he's going to do just that, is he? Yes, there wasn't a touch. Disappointment from Rudy Verhoff, and now the Blackhawks are edged in front of the set. They simply must win to avoid defeat.
And I don't think Chennai have called for a super point.
No, I think they've called a timeout. The super point's still available to them. Maybe they'll call that Peter England super point off the back of the timeout, Alexa. We've seen plenty of that this championships.
Yeah, this would be a good time since they're going to be receiving the ball, and I like that the coach called the timeout right there to kind of stop the momentum of this Blackhawks Hyderabad team.
I think that's a great point, Alexa, because of course if they win that super point, they'll take the lead back. Now, spotlight on Carson Clark. I know Alexa's a big fan. We all are here at the Rupe Pro Volleyball League. There are the digits that matter. Carson Clark, he looks taller than 198 centimetres, but look at that spike and block height. Sensational, and that's how he's doing so far.
Yeah, he's doing great attacking, tons of kills. Love Carson because he's also from Southern California like me, and he's also left-handed. I would, however, like to see him do a little bit more of a leadership type thing and try and get these guys a little bit more fired up, because this Chennai team is so loud and passionate right now. We're going to need to see more passion of this Blackhawks team if they want a chance to win.
No sign of the Peter England super point from Chennai. Ashraf with a serve. Oh, cheeky. I think he went to try and clip the line there for a Penisament super serve, but nothing doing.
And there we see the effects of what happens when you call a timeout on a player that's about to serve. That's called icing the server, and it certainly worked there that time. He got iced. He was thinking about his serve. I don't want to miss this, and unfortunately, he did.
Chennai, currently the advantage just in this set with Hyderabad. And that advantage is emphasised by a pummeling hit from Amit.
I'm not sure if that ball was in or out. Gosh, the men's game, I'll tell you, it is just so fast.
Super point on the way. Peter England super point. As we look back at that, spike from Amit has been called by Chennai, so they waited for a couple of possessions after the timeout before they go for it. A chance for the Spartans to retake the lead here, Alexa. Remember, the Blackhawks have already used their Peter England super point this set.
I just want to point out that hit by number 2, Amit, down the line was incredible. That was in the court. That was crazy.
Lutu Sami on the super point with the serve, picked up by the libero. The Chennai Spartans through the middle. Marvellous save for the libero again. It's Carson Clark. The libero with the Spartans sets it up. Can they put it away? Yes, they can! And now Chennai retake the lead.
Chennai is just playing so well, and a great hit there by number 18, Naveen. Just textbook play right there. Hits it sharp angle. The reason he was able to be successful on this point, let's watch his hand. Look at how he breaks his wrist and he cuts it hard. And because he does that, he's able to just hit the left outside hand of that middle blocker on Hyderabad and get the kill.
Chennai now just 4 points away from a guaranteed minimum of 2 points. There was nothing that the Blackhawks could do on that super point to stop it. Oh, it's dropped in! It's dropped in! The Penisament super serve for Chennai puts them 2 away from their first victory of this Rupe Pro Volleyball League season.
Oh man, and that was a big mistake right there. That was really a game changer by 18 Naveen. That puts them up by 2.
Now, of course, back-to-back Penisament super serves would give them the set and the match. He couldn't do it again, surely. Surely he couldn't do it again. Hush in the stadium. The Spartans looking for the points that would give them their first guaranteed win. Oh, right off the Penisament super serve, but it wasn't far off it, and there's 5 match points for the Spartans.
I guess it works the other way in commentating too. You can will good things to happen into existence as well. What a great serve there by Naveen. He's got, let's see if he can do it again. Keep it coming. He's just serving without any fear, going for it, and it's paying off.
Blommy's loving the action, as our young fan there is as well. Naveen Raja Jacob with a chance to give Chennai their first win of the season with the 5-0 whitewash and extra bonus points still on the table should they take this set and be guaranteed the match 3-0. Remember, we'll play all 5 sets to completion. Navarro, big service error. We gave him the big build-up, he couldn't deliver, but the good news for the Spartans fan is they'll get 4 more goes, Alexa.
Yep, that's right. Let's see if this Hyderabad team right now can get something going. A Penna Cement super serve right now would be big time. Only put them down by 1.
One match point has come and gone. Alexander Bader with a serve, picked up from the libero. Up it goes, a chance to finish it off. Ross lands. Up it goes again. Verhoff with the touch. Carson Clark for the Blackhawks picks it up. It goes out wide. Oh, there was a touch. I think there was a touch. No, there wasn't. It's match for Chennai. Their first 2 points of the season, and nobody saw this coming at extra straight. They've taken the third set, 15-11.
Dang, that looked like a good swing there by number 4, Rohit, but unfortunately, he just swung a little too sharp angle. And right now we can see the Blackhawks Hyderabad team with their heads held low. Really bummed out that they just lost. I hope that they can come back and just still play with some fire, because they still need to prevent the Chennai Spartans from getting the sweep and winning all 5 sets.
The Spartans take the match, but plenty of volleyball still to come. Can they get the bonus point? We'll find out next live on Sony. Welcome back live to the Rajiv Gandhi, where the whitewash is on the table here. Can Chennai get their bonus points? They're already sealed the 2 points and the match. They lead 3-0. And the Hyderabad Blackhawks playing now just for pride, and more importantly, playing for sets they need to win to keep their set difference healthy. A 5-0 loss for the Blackhawks would be disastrous for their set difference. Keep your questions coming in. Hashtag Strange About on the @ProVolleyballIN Twitter page. Here's one for you. You've talked about the age difference between the two teams. A young team for the Blackhawks, an old team for Chennai. Is it an advantage to have players between 30 and 40 in the team, Alexa?
Absolutely. I think volleyball is one of those sports where you really see age-mature players having a court knowledge that the young players lack, and it really sets an advantage. Even in beach volleyball, the older players generally are better than the younger, more athletic players because of this.
There's Kapil Dev, the 40-year-old man. I think that brought that question on. Many thanks, keep them coming. Hashtag Strange Saval. Kapil Dev, 40 years young, the Arjuna awardee, who at the moment is enjoying what he's seeing with the Spartans absolutely on fire at Exat. He doesn't look 40, does he?
No, he doesn't at all. I've seen that with a lot of Indian men here. They look so great even though they're older. I tell you, the brown don't crack.
It's the serve coming in from Nicholas Bader. The Spartans are not letting up here, and that's going to be another point, I think. Yes, it is. The Blackhawks are falling apart in front of our eyes.
And number 11, Oswald, they're looking frustrated. And there you kind of see a young, immature move, taking the ball there and slamming it down. You really got to maintain your composure. That's something you probably wouldn't see out of an older, more experienced player. They're better about managing energy and knowledge and sort of being smarter about the game.
Nirvana Rajajaku, who's been a star for the Chennai Spartans tonight, out for Carson Clark, who's got little option, but to tap it over to Verhoff. Out wide it goes, then through the middle. Akin, GS. Well, the music's still gone, the point's still on. Rudy, out wide. Roslands, can they put it away now? Oh, what a touch from Roslands, what a game he's having.
And Roslands hitting him with the change-up right there. After number 1, Akin gets that crazy dig with such power. I love that Roslan comes in and looks like he's going to hit it hard and hits it short because the defense just got blown up on Hyderabad, so they're getting ready for another big blow-up. So that's the perfect time to throw in a tip like that. Such a smart, experienced play by an older player.
Naveen Rajajacob on serve, already won one service point. Look at the movement on that one. The best that Bader could do was to set it up. A great recovery. Raja Jacobs had a bit of a tumble, but he got the ball off the ground. Roslands again. What a play! What a play! And then he ball one of the ball.
Look at this energy. Look at how they're hugging. I just love seeing the international players, the Indian players, all coming together, embracing each other like this. This is a family out there. I am loving this Chennai team. Honestly, watching this team right now is warming my heart. They might be my favorite team to watch as of this moment.
And a reminder that they lost 4-1 on Sunday to Calicut Heroes. How good does that make Calicut look, by the way? And we haven't had a 5-0 yet, and this at the moment is looking grim for the Blackhawks, who came out on top in a 5-set struggle against the Ahmedabad defenders a couple of nights back. They got a point back in the ball there. Can hear that service, Sarah?
And I like to see the libero there on the Hyderabad Hawks, Kamlesh, sort of bouncing around, trying to get his team fired up.
The Blackhawks need to go on a run here. The young side at the moment are under lots of pressure. Roslands out to Rudy! Pick that one out! Chennai 5, Hyderabad 2. 3 sets to love already.
Man, Chennai is just playing so clean. And I think it really starts with their passing. Chennai is doing such a good job on these tough serves by this Hyderabad team, passing it perfectly. And number 5, the setter, let's not forget about him. Number 5, Hari Hara, is doing such a good job setting his players consistently and high and allowing them to get all of their jump into it and elevate on these balls.
Akin on serve. Dug out by the libero for the Blackhawks. Good recovery. Chance for the Blackhawks. They spin that wide. That's an unforgivable mistake. Chennai with another one on the board. They're running away with the 4th as well.
And there in contrast, you see a very poor pass. And that's what happens when you pass poorly. It makes the set worse. It makes the set bad, which makes the hit as a result even worse.
Akin on serve. Oh, poor serve, and he looks to the heavens. He knows that's a mistake, but his team are in the fortunate position of still having a 3-point lead. I mean, Alexa, I've got to ask you here, is the whitewash, our first whitewash of the season, on the cards here?
It really is potentially on the cards. Is that a British expression?
British and an American saying.
I've never heard that in America.
Kochi were 4-zip up in match day 1 and ended up running away with a 5th as a consolation, but the Blackhawks here are all at sea. Carson Clark, even his spirit seems to have dropped.
Yeah, he's looking a little quieter out there than I'm used to seeing him. And it's just like, it's tough because this Chennai team is playing so well and so fiery. Like, it's so hard to respond to because every time Hyderabad does something well, Chennai just comes back and does something even better.
Rudy with a delicate serve, picked up by Bader, out wide for Carson! That's more like it from the American. Beautiful duck under the net as well, so nonchalant. But is it now? Well, it's already too little too late in terms of the match. Is it too little too late in terms of the fourth set?
Oh, wow, Carson. Rah. Look at this. Look at this jump and swing. There's no block even up there because the set was so good, which gives Carson the opportunity to just smash it.
Karen tried his best, but he couldn't live with the pace of Carson Clark's spike that time and expect to see Carson Clark rocketing to the top of the Fantasy League list on My Team 11, despite the fact it's been a disappointing night for the Blackhawks. He's had some moments here. Bit of confusion, but it comes up for Rudy. Nice touch, Rudy Verhoff. Did that not hit the net? Yes, it did. Rudy Verhoff, and tonight now lead by 4.
And number 16 on the Hyderabad team, Muchusami felt like he got a pancake on lap. Let's see if he did. Here's the tip. Let's see if he got a hand under it. Oh, damn it.
Shelton Moses obscuring the view, but the referee was right on top of it, and at the Gulf Oil technical timeout, they've already taken the match. They've got a 3-set lead. They lead in the 4th set by 8 points to 4. When we come back, are we going to see the fast whitewash of the Pro Volleyball League? Brought to you by our friends at Rootplay. Stay with us. I've just had confirmation. Welcome back to the Rajiv Gandhi Indoor Stadium here in Kochi. I've just had a chat with Alexa Strange's mum, who's actually her birthday today. Tara Strange, very happy returns to Alexa's mum, who's travelled to India with her. She has heard of the expression on the cards, and she's from India and America, so there you go.
That's because she went to British boarding school with British nuns.
Oh, what a find that was from the libero. And Bader Summer, if they win this point, the Blackhawks, it'll be miraculous. Rosland's with the dig, through the middle. Oh, finally something goes the way of the Blackhawks on the Peter England Super Point. The Blackhawks get the deficit back to within 2.
Great blocking there by the Hyderabad Blackhawks, creating just a wall. Number 3, Gur Aramrath, really struggling with his name. Help me, Patrick.
Guram Litpal Singh. You can call him Guram.
It's a Punjabi name, it's so hard. Ugh.
So, that was a big Peter England Super Point. We saw that tactic again, didn't we, coming out of the Gulf Oil technical timeout, calling the Peter England Super Point. But it's still advantage tonight, both in the match and in this set. They lead by 2. The Blackhawks need to find more here. Shelton Moses with the duck out to Rudy. Good block from the Blackhawks. Second phase, lovely placement there. And tonight, open up again by 3. Good placement, Shelton Moses and Rudy.
Yeah, great reaction there. Tapping that ball in the second contact by team captain number 14, Shelton Moses. See this again. Comes off the block. It was on in the first contact, excuse me. Off the block, sort of off Carson's head, and he sees the opportunity to just tap it straight back down.
Shelton Moses just won the point. Now he's on serve. Everything going the Chennai Spartans' way. Out to Carson Clark, and that pass is misplaced. Carson had to check himself before he wrecked himself. And Rudy Verhoff, is it dropped in? Has it dropped in? What's the call here? There's a big delay. I thought that might have been a fractured out. The referee wants to confer. I thought that was a fractured out. What's the call? Yes, it was a fractured out. I think that's the right call. Let's have a look at the replay. Fine margins.
It's so tough. The men hit it so hard. Sometimes it's like you blink and you missed it. Oh, I can't tell.
I think just out. With my naked eye, I thought it was out at the time. Peter England Superbike called by Chennai. How fast moving is this Rupe Pro Volleyball League? And a chance for Chennai to now go 4 in front. This is the point that can draw Hyderabad level, though, if they can get it on their own serve. Don't be surprised to see. Oh, that's an absolute waste. That sums up the Hyderabad Black Hawks night, doesn't it, Alexa?
It really does. They just kind of did not come out ready to play. And you know what? I saw it sort of in their warm-up. They were warming up kind of slow, weren't getting enough of a sweat in my opinion. I think you should be panting by the time you get on the court ready to play, like you already got your workout in.
And I tell you what, the other thing we should mention is this serve comes in from Harry Haran. Let's finish this play before I give you another bit of interesting information. Rudy Verhoff with a very high dig there. Set down for Roslins. What a game he's had. The Blackhawks keep it alive. Carson Clark with a nice little dink over the top. Verhoff's there again, out wide. I think there was a touch, was there? No, there wasn't. It's a Blackhawks point. So the score now 11-8 to Chennai in the 4th. The problem that you've got if you're a Hyderabad Blackhawks fan, Alexa, is that they play Kochi tomorrow. They've got a 24-hour turnaround, back-to-back games, and what you do to this team to turn them round before tomorrow.
I think they're going to have some kind of team meeting and really analyze what went wrong in this game.
I mean, if they were to go to lose this 5-0, with Kochi to come tomorrow, it could be a disaster for them. Oh, that was nice work from both sides there, and something goes the Hyderabad Blackhawks way, but there's not much support for them in the stadium, and I don't even think they believe they can come back and win this set.
And just to expand on the point the point I was trying to make for this Hyderabad team, when they get together and discuss what happened and what went wrong in this game, I think it really stemmed from the passing, because they have great offense. They're doing a pretty good job blocking, but the issue is in serve receive. They're not capitalizing on good passes, which is allowing their hitters to succeed.
Alexander Bader doesn't look to be moving freely for me either. It'll be interesting to see if he's carrying an injury. Meanwhile, the Chennai Spartans call a timeout. So
number 18, Naveen, has had such a great game. He was a national team player, took some time out, and it's great to see him back out here, and he is crushing it offensively.
Naveen Raja Jacob, 30 years of age. He talked about those 30 to 40-year-olds in the Chennai Spartans ranks. What a game he's had today, led from the front for the Spartans.
Yeah, and there you see he's kind of got that older spike jump with a block height of 321 centimeters. But I'll tell you, he's being so smart. Every placement on the ball has been so knowledgeable, and he's really bringing that knowledge to the table. And look there how he's communicating to his team. That's what older players do. They show leadership. They communicate.
Don't forget, tomorrow there's confirmation that the Hyderabad Blackhawks are going to be in for probably a very trying 24 hours. They've already lost the match here. They'll be desperate to get a set on the board to give them some confidence. Remember, Mumba were thrashed by Kochi 4-1, but they won that 5th set, and then they gave Calicut a real game in our match a couple of days back. In this 4th set, Chennai 11-9. Is it going to be 12-9? Yes, it is. That's off the court, and now Chennai within 3 points of a 4-0 lead.
And there we see why Naveen, number 18, is such a great player. And you know what I think of about older players? It's sort of like having the grandparents of a family or your parents, you know? They just bring a knowledge that you as a youth, you don't have yet. And you can learn so much from their experience. And if the younger players are willing to listen and they can add that aspect to their game, all the better.
Naveen Raja Jacob on serve. Chennai closing in fast on the 4th set, out wide to Carson Clark. That's more like it, but again the celebrations are a little bit muted. They know the damage has been done in this matchup. It would be a huge boost though if they could somehow win this one and the next one ahead of that huge test against Kochi tomorrow night, live on Sony 6 and Sony 10-3.
And today, Carson's really the only one I've seen from the Hyderabad team, and I'm not just saying this because he's from California, that's really stepped it up and sort of shown some consistency. Someone else is going to have to do it. He can't do it alone.
Do some detective. I can wait to see if Alexander Bader's carrying an injury. He doesn't look to be moving freely. There's nothing wrong with the way Rudy Verhoff is moving though, and that's another point off the antenna. Carson Clark couldn't stop it, and Chennai now 2 points away from a 4-set clean sweep.
I will say, number 11, Ashwal on the Hyderabad team has been showing great passion. I really like his body language. He's like dipping low when they make a mistake and getting really loud when they make something positive, but his body language still looks always positive. It just looks really passionate and that he cares, and that's cool to see out of a player, even when you're down.
Chennai now using their squad well. Parasodan in with the serve out wide to Carson Clark. What a block! That's got to be a contender for a Penna Cement super block, surely, Alexa.
I'm going to have to go ahead and give him that Penna Cement super block on that one, absolutely. Let's run it back and see this block by Captain Shelton Moses. And there you see, Shelton is also an older player. So, look at him, he's still getting up. And look at how he just drops in there and gets it with the left hand. You want to talk about older players with skill, Shelton Moses walking the walk and doing the block.
So, Shelton Moses leading from the front. It's 5 set points for a 4-0 lead. Can they get the first one over the line? Going to be a big ask. They've got a chance now, up from Roslands. He wants this back, goes to Belham instead. It's a 4-0 lead for the Chennai Spartans, who are blowing the Blackhawks off the court.
And right now, as the Hyderabad team, what they've got to do is pretend like this is going into the game they have tomorrow. They need to start preparing for tomorrow, today. They cannot allow what has been happening to carry over set after set after set that we've seen. So it's really imperative for them right now to step it up and knock it off.
What a difference 4 days make. Thrashed by Calicut, 4-1 on Sunday. They're 4-0 up with 1 to play, and the 5-0 bonus point is up for grabs. The Chennai Spartans in cruise control. Rupe Pro Volleyball League, it's match night 6 live on Sony 6 and Sony 10.3. Stay with us. Keep your questions coming for our very own Alexa Strange. Hashtag StrangeSabal on our hashtag on Twitter at Pro Volleyball India. The best 6 of the Pro Volleyball League so far, says Pratap_Minu. Give us your 6 names, Alexa.
So I'm going to say David Lee from the Kochi Spikers, Carson Clark from the Black Hawk Hyderabad, and then 3 from Calicut, Hydrogen Boy, Ukra Pandian, and Jerome. And then special mention, Illumi.
The blocker from the Congo.
Yes, that's right.
But he's not. The jury's out on him, though, isn't it?
Yes, but you know that position's sort of up for grabs. So we'll see which one of these boys can impress me.
Come on, we need these boys to impress Alexa. And if you want to ask her a question, remember #StrangeSabout. Alexa loves interacting with all her fans here in India. She's taken the country by storm and very much enjoying her time here at the Rupe Pro Volleyball League. Start of the 5th, Chennai going for the bonus point, picked up by Rohit in the middle, into the goes. Oh, that's a nice, delicate play, and the first blood goes to Hyderabad in the 5th.
There we go. I think that's their first solid lead of the entire set. Good way to start out. Let's see if number 16 from the Blackhawks, Muthusamy, their setter, can get something going. I would like to see him step up the leadership a little bit more as the setter, always touching the second ball, you know?
Muthusamy's come out with a couple of decent serves. He's won a couple of points on his own serve in this match, but he won't be winning that one. Look at that, hacking GS. The Chennai Spartans are unrecognisable from the team that was swatted aside by Calicut on Sunday.
You know what makes Atkins such a great attacker? Not only is he tall and does he jump high, but his arms are so long that it's like a whiplash. Like, I don't even know where he's ever going. I don't even know if he knows half the time where he's going, but they're so long, it puts so much centripetal force on the ball. So fun to watch.
He's gone for it on that serve. Bader picks it up through the middle. There was a touch on that. The libero gets it back for the Spartans. They look at Verhoff, but then go to Roslins, and the block drifts out. The point goes to Chennai, and it's the same old story. It's incredible to think, Alexa, think back. Chennai trailed 6-1 in the first set. Incredible.
That's right, off to a slow start, but they're definitely finishing strong. And number 11 right here on the Hyderabad, Ashwal, he's been getting tooled. Oh, excuse me, that was actually a tool on Alexander Bader. But you know what? The Hyderabad team, normally these blocks they're getting tooled, and I think if they can switch those into blocks, that'd be huge. Great save there by the libero.
Lovely play for the Chennai Spartans. And they're just now marching towards our first Rupe Pro Volleyball League whitewash.
And Ruslan's there, number 8 on Chennai, getting the kill. He's not the flashiest player. He doesn't bounce it as hard as some of the other players, but man, has he brought it today. Not only the energy, but so much consistency. I'm not even sure if he's made a hitting mistake throughout this entire game.
Well, Chennai, Hyderabad Blackhawks, we thought they might come out with the points to prove in the 5th, but they're just being battered all over the court. I tell you what the word to describe this is, they've been bullied, haven't they? They tried to take liberties in Chennai in those first 7 points of the match, and they've been bullied out this game.
This is what we call a shellacking. And number 1, Akin, doing it again. You know what? After watching this game, I might want him as the middle on my top 6 pick as well.
Now, does that count as a 6-pack if it comes off a block?
That's just kind of degrading.
That's not even worthy of a snazzy nickname.
But you know, it happens to the best of us. One time I was trying to slam the ball, got blocked straight back into my face. It happens.
That's the kind of clip I want to watch on YouTube. Oh, another serve point. The libero couldn't control it. They're getting plenty of movement on their serves. Now what's there? The referee the sideline judge just asking for the court to be tried. And they're loving this, the Chennai Spartans, franchise owners and officials. They are, at the moment, red-hot favourites to register the first whitewash. And just to give you an idea of the importance of that extra point, Alexa, if they do go on to win 5-0, they'll jump from 5th to 3rd in the table, and Hyderabad will drop down to 4th.
And number 18, Naveen, they're getting that ace. Again, just showing so much consistency and experience. I really love what he's doing with this Chennai team. And I think part of the reason they've been so successful is because of his leadership.
Kochi against Hyderabad, the Blackhawks have got it all on now. There could be a 24 hours to forget for them unless they can turn it round with the Kochi Blue Spikers on home turf. A big ask for Kochi, with the fanatical support cheering them on. The Blackhawks, their young team led by the international superstar Carson Clark, have got it all on. And the only good thing you can say from a Hyderabad point of view, Alexa, is they have at least got those 2 points in the bank already from that win against the Ahmedabad defenders a couple of nights ago.
Yeah, it's been so exciting to see all the different teams coming out and getting better and better as the season progresses. You know, a few teams were off to a really slow start, wasn't sure how they were going to pan out. And, you know, they only have a month of practice coming into this league. That is not a lot of time. What a little cutie right there.
Great to see fans, young and old. They're dancing in the stands. Even the Blackhawns fans are getting their groove on. You've got to admire his optimism. Hope he's coming back tomorrow night for the coaching affair. So back to the action we go, with the Blackhawks having to call a very early timeout in this fifth set. They have trouble as well with losing 5-0. Not just that you give your team the super point, the set difference is going to be destroyed. They're going to go to -4 set difference if this finishes 5-0. What a play that was to keep it alive. But again, it's going to be a chance for Chennai for another point. Oh, powerful, powerful block.
And there you see a great block. I might have to give that one the Penna Cement super block of the game right there. Let's play it back. Chennai trying to capitalize on this. And see, I love those solo blocks by number 11 there, Oswald. He timed that so perfectly, and it's so sick when your teammate gets a block all by himself up there like that.
Alexander Bader on serve. Another point for the Blackhawks. Is this the start of a mini revival? They don't like the call, the Spartans. But look at that. Well, I love, they don't like the call, but they're not sulking about it. You can see they're completely focused to get the whitewash, the Spartans.
Yeah, and this is what I'm talking about with energy. It's just so important to be positive and together. And the Chennai Spartans are really showing that. I think if they keep this team cohesion, it's going to be hard for any team to beat them.
Alexander Bader could do with another point off his serve now. The libero dug it out brilliantly. There was plenty of movement on that one. Out to Verhoff. And another point for the Blackhawks. This is a comeback of sorts. It's too little, too late. But can they still salvage some pride in the fifth?
And here we're seeing progress is not linear. And it'll be interesting to see how this Chennai team deals with adversity. Will they deal with it like they did in the first set, or will they crumble?
Well, how they dealt with it immediately, Alexa, is by calling a timeout. Is that a sensible move?
Absolutely a sensible move, especially because we've seen time and time again throughout this game. Every time the Hyderabad team gets iced, meaning they get called a timeout, as soon as they're starting to get some momentum, they have not been able to return it. And there you see the fans dancing, having some fun.
Some great movement on the court. There's even greater movement on the stands. Everyone loving the atmosphere here. If you get a chance to come through to join us here in Kochi for the games that remain, there are games every night through to Wednesday, February the 13th. Then we move to Chennai on Saturday, February the 16th. And fast forwarding 48 hours from now, that big game tomorrow, Kochi-Hyderabad, is followed by a back-to-back game for Kochi. It's going to be standing room only. It's a complete sellout. Saturday night. Well, Friday night, I should say. It's Saturday night, live from the Rajiv Gandhi Stadium. It's Kochi against Cali, the big rivalry. It's live on Sony 6 and Sony 10-3. Alexander Bader on serve. The libero is alive to the thread of the short serve. Roslands. Oh, Bader did brilliantly to keep it alive, but it's on his arm. And that's another point to Chennai, but good effort from Bader.
I love how they're embracing each other. What a good dig and a great hustle there by the Blackhawks libero Kamlesh. Unfortunately, he's just not quite able to get it. And Hari Hara, number 5, the setter on the Chennai Spartans, is doing such a good job running his offense right now. Again, the setter is almost a thankless job because you don't really see the power because they're just setting their hitters up, but he's doing a great job.
The libero picks it up for the Blackhawks. Was there a touch on that? No, there wasn't. It's another Spartans point. And just to clarify what I said earlier, tomorrow night, Kochi-Hyderabad, live on Sony 6, Sony 10-3 from 6:50 IST in the evening. And then on Saturday, the big derby, Kochi against Cali. That's going to be a really big night with both those teams going into it unbeaten. Alexa, who's your money on? Kochi or Calicut?
Oh man, that is a tough one. I honestly could not say. I'm going to go with Kochi because I think the experience of David Lee will push them over the edge.
Going to be superstar matchups all over the court on Saturday. And plenty of them tomorrow night. David Lee to come on Saturday, but the big question is whether Carson Clark can turn around Hyderabad in such a short space of time. Would they train tomorrow after this, Alexa?
They'll probably get a light practice in because they really got to get their passing structured. I can't wait to see Battle of the Americans in that Calicut Kochi game. It's going to be Paul Lawson versus David Lee, 2 Olympians, 2 teammates.
Going to be a couple of big nights ahead live at the Rupe Pro Volleyball on Sony 6 and Sony 10-3. It's been a huge night here for the Chennai Spartans, coming into this one after being thrashed in their first game on Sunday by Calicut. They are on the brink of a 5-0 whitewash. The first bonus point is about to be one you fancy as we go to the Gulf Oil technical timeout. See if they can complete the whitewash next, live on Sony. Here is the points table as we're back live at the Rajiv Gandhi Indoor Stadium. That is not as it stands, by the way, because the Chennai Spartans are about, you think, to get at least 2 points, probably 3, and they're going to leapfrog the defenders and the Black Hawks into 3rd. Hyderabad will drop to 4th. Oh, lovely smash down. That's more like it from the Black Hawks.
And the Hyderabad team still in this game. Let's see if Carson can get something going on the serve. I hope he goes for it aggressively.
It's a good point, actually. They'll need 2 points adrift. They can get a service point here. They're right back in it, and they've got a chance to. Alexander Bader picks it up. It goes out wide. Oh, nice finish. That's more like it than the Black Hawks. Lovely finish off from Rohit Kumar.
Great swing there by Rohit. He timed that so well. And this is a great set also by the setter, number 15, Prashant.
No Peter England super point in this set yet, and I think if I was a Chennai Spartan, bearing in mind they've already lost their first game, I think they'd be desperate to get the 3 points here, give them a really nice chance of guaranteeing qualification for the semi-finals. Oh, that's gone out, I think. Yeah, out. Rosden's trying to pull the touch, judge is not having it. And that's out. And that's going to be 8 each now. Now will we see a super point? I think the coach is thinking about it of Chennai. Dr. M.H. Kumara thinking about the super point. Not coming yet though. 8-all in the 5th. 4-0 in sets to Chennai. Hyderabad on serve with their main man, Carson Clark, who goes for it big time. Just dug up by Chennai. Out wide, Rudy. Picked up by Bader. Out wide, Rohit. Blocked brilliantly, but it drops out. And that's another point for Hyderabad. I think you'll see the super point now.
Yeah, Rohit, and that's a double tap. 2 kills in a row, and they're smiling. They're looking a lot looser on this court.
And here it comes. The Peter England super point is about to be played by the Chennai Spartans right on cue. A chance to go back in front in this set.
Smart call by the coach. The Hyderabad team finally showing some signs of life. It would really be disheartening if Chennai got this 2-point switch and got 10 points.
And they're calling it on a Carson Clark service. That's the wisest thing to do. Carson Clark with a good serve here could put Chennai under pressure and a chance to put Hyderabad in the driving seat in this final set. Oh, and it might still happen. Out wide, Brosnan! A huge super point conversion. Carson Clark doesn't like it, but Chennai are back in front in the 5th.
That was a great swing there by Ruslan. It's like a very, very, very smart, intelligent swing. All his momentum was bringing him inside. Great cover there by Moses as well, and he cranks it down the line and uses Carson.
Back to back, Peter England super points. They've just called theirs now. Hyderabad, it's tit for tat. And Hyderabad Blackhawks have called theirs, a chance for them to retake the lead. And again, just like in the last point, a chance for Chennai to get 2 points closer to the whitewash.
Smart. I think they're going to set number 4 Rohit on the outside because he's been doing so.
Oh, Roslan sends it wide. He went for the big one. And I think it was a football as well. It was wrong in 2 fashions, that super serve, and Hyderabad back with the lead.
Come on, I'm trying to test my volleyball knowledge and guess who they're going to set to. And both times I've done that, it's been a missed serve. Give me a chance, boys.
Rohit on serve now. Hyderabad back with the edge here. Can they avoid the whitewash? Rohit gets it over. Safety first. Oh, there was a collision there between 2 Spartans. They get away with it. Rudy! Oh, marvellous placement and power. And Chennai level it up.
Rudy, Rudy, Rudy! I love him. He's such a sweet guy with a big smile on his face there. He's been playing so well all night. Good swing, getting the point when you need it. And he points at his, I love how he pointed at his setter, acknowledging that you set me up for victory there. Good set. That's selfless volleyball right there.
So, interchanges for Chennai, 11 each. There was a big discussion between the teammates there before they went back to set up for this serve. It's Pyra Sudan, who played a key part in the 4-set victory. A point on serve here would put them inches away from the whitewash. Set by the libero. Oh, cometh the hour. Cometh the hit from Alexander Bader.
Great hit there by Bader, and we see some fire coming out of number 15, Prashant. He tries to get this team fired up and going. Great rip down the line there. The blocker, number 5 on the Spartans, Hari Hara, the setter, didn't get wide enough, and the Hyderabad Blackhawks exploiting that.
Now you wonder why we play all 5 sets, and I'll tell you why. Because these 2 teams could about to be playing the last couple of points that will determine whether they qualify by a set difference, or whether in Chennai's case the bonus point helps see them to qualification, and the table is done. And at the moment the whitewash now looks a million miles away. The Blackhawks finishing strong, could be so crucial out of their game against Kochi tomorrow.
Stop that sweep! Stop that sweep! If you win all 5 sets, that's called a sweep. And I love the fire they're coming out with to stop that. That was just a feel-good play. Good reaction off the block. Set it immediately to the middle, and he crushes it.
Good Ripple on the serve. 2 points away, Hyderabad, for avoiding the humiliation. But they're not 2 points away now. They still are, but Chennai are only 1 point behind them.
And here we can see an uneven matchup. We have number 18, Naveen, their star outside right now, just crushing all game. And he's going against the setter, number 15, Prashant. The setters are usually the weakest and shortest players in the front row.
Hari Hara with a service error, and that brings about 3 set points for the Blackhawks to at least go into tomorrow night's mammoth clash with a bit of confidence and to avoid the humiliation of the clean sweep here.
When I'm setting, I like to set the hitter that's hitting against the setter block all the time because it's an uneven matchup.
So, can they avoid the whitewash? Not this time. Lovely work from Akin GS. 1 set point save by Chennai. Now they've got to do it on their own serve though.
Akin is just having such a phenomenal game. He is probably one of the best middles in this league in terms of attacking power. He's been unstoppable all game. No one's even been able to touch the balls he's hitting, let alone dig them.
Second set point they're going to try and save here. This time the first they're going to save on their own serve. Naveen Raja Jacob, one of the stars of a very impressive Chennai Spartan show. But are the Blackhawks going to get the consolation of 1 set on the board? Lovely pickup from the libero. Out it goes. Alexander Bader with the set. Over the net. Chance now for Rudy. Nice touch. Straight back with the block. Through the middle. Rohit picks it up. Now down the middle it goes. Nice block this time. The libero somehow gets it back. Rudy with the touch. And that's it. The Hyderabad Blackhawks have something to hold on to ahead of tomorrow. It won't be the bonus point for Chennai, but they still triumphed in the match by 4 sets to 1. Alexa Strange.
And that was big time for them to get that stop there. I think that will give them some confidence going into this game tomorrow. If they had gotten swept, it would have been a different team we'd be seeing. They still have smiles on their faces like, oh, thank God, you know?
And ahead of the final stages of the round robin procedure, I wonder just how big that swing could be. It might not look it now, but the extra point that Chennai could have got for the whitewash and the extra set in their set difference column that the Blackhawks now have, who's to say that won't decide when we move on to Chennai if one of these two teams makes or breaks their chances of getting into the semi-finals. Chennai have bounced back brilliantly after their humiliation at the hands of Calicut. They've beaten Hyderabad by 4 sets to 1. Stay with us after the break. The post-match presentation ceremony live on Sony 6 and Sony 10.3. Welcome back live to the Rajiv Gandhi Indoor Stadium, where Chennai have got their campaign on track with a monster victory over the Hyderabad Blackhawks. They're now tied on 2 points each in terms of the league table. There are the stats that show you the super serves, the Pennicement super serves made the difference for Chennai. And look at the spikes, only 8 difference, Alexa, and incredibly more blocks from Hyderabad. I want to get those stats checked. They can't have had more blocks, Hyderabad, more points off blocks, I suppose.
Yeah, it's hard to, I don't really understand how Chennai could have handedly won so much when it seems like Hyderabad had such, and there's Akin with his young daughter there. Love to see a daddy and his daughter.
Real family affair. Plenty of highlights to look back on. Some really big moments for the Chennai Spartans. Let's look back at the best of the action.
That made her cry when a teammate punched the cheek.
Peter English, stylish player of the day, Alexa, and it's a super serve for the first time this season.
Yes, and number 18, Naveen here with this powerful ace. Look at the topspin force on that. Didn't even give number 2 Amit even a chance to even move towards the ball. He played great all game.
Well, the fans have been excellent tonight. Our fans have been good all 6 match nights. Plenty of colour, plenty of vibrancy in the stands. I wonder who's going to come up with our nip-on paint colourful moment of the day, because I can tell you, even looking out there now, there are plenty of big contenders.
And there we have it, the lonesome Blackhawks Hyderabad fan there. He was pumped all game. I saw him dancing to the drums, and he caught one of the game balls the players sign and throw out into the crowd.
Well, surely it's got to be a Chennai Spartan. We're about to be finding out, because Manish Patavia is down courtside to do the post-match presentation ceremony. Let's get down there.
They come from the land of the Thalaiva and they put on a big brother-like performance. The Chennai Spartans against the youngest side at the Rupee Pro Volleyball League, the Blackhawks Hyderabad. They won one, but unfortunately for them, tonight was Chennai's night. Welcome to the presentation ceremony of match number 6 of the Rupee Pro Volleyball League Season 1 between the Blackhawks Hyderabad and the Chennai Spartans. Time now for me to thank our sponsors. The title sponsors Rupee, associate sponsors Bank of Baroda, Peter England and Nippon Paint, official sponsors My Team 11, Gulf Oil and Penna Cement, our official multiplex partners Carnival Cinemas, official content partners Radio Mirchi, official equipment partners Spartan, our official outdoor media partners Mera Holdings. I'd also like to introduce the presentation party, Mr. Irvin Suarez, the Vice President of the Volleyball Federation of India, also joined by Mr. Yashwant Biala, Director, Franchise and Athlete Relations, Baseline Ventures. Lots of contenders from the same side, but eventually it had to go to one man who was serving like an absolute champion. He came up with those spikes as well. 2 good shows in a row. Is our Rupe player of the match for tonight, Naveen Jacob. They call him Naveen Raja Jacob. And what a show tonight. 5 spikes on the first night, and today he was on 7th heaven. Naveen Raja Jacob giving the Chennai Spartans their first win at the Rupe Pro Volleyball League. This was match number 6. This was, of course, a precursor to what's coming up tomorrow. 2 teams who have been unbeaten so far. A team with lots of local support, the Kochi Blue Spikers, will take on the Hydrogen Boy, Ajit Lal's Heroes, the Calicut Heroes. Let's get set for another blockbuster tomorrow night.
Many thanks, Manish. Well, Naveen Raja Jacob, I think he's probably been in better shape during his career, but certainly you can't argue with his performance today. He was absolutely sensational. Let's look back at the best of our Rupe player of the match's moments.
And it just goes to show that even if you aren't in the best shape of your life, when you've had experience and you played this game for a while, that experience comes in handy. And I don't know, for being out of shape, he's really elevating there. And I love the fire he's showing. Just all through the game, not only attacking well, but just kind of controlling his team and showing great leadership. He really set the pace for this entire game.
Congratulations to Naveen Raja Jacob. I'll tell you something, there's only one little piece of ceremonial business to attend to. Who's going to get the Golf Oil instant pickup of the day? Plenty of contenders for that one. Pancakes galore over the court tonight.
And it looks like it is going to be
Roslands.
That slidey pancake by Roslands. And actually the Hyderabad's rebutted with another one. Let's watch it again. Look at this move.
That was sensational. I think you called that in the match as well, Alexa. Lovely work from our dear friend Roslands, who was another star for the Spartans today. Those fans are celebrating. And Chennai will now look forward to their next clash on Monday against Kochi. And here's the difference that has to the league table as it stands. The Chennai Spartans have gone from 5th to 3rd with an impressive win, and they've negated that desperately bad set difference after the 4-1 opening day loss against Calicut. As for Hyderabad, they've dropped down to 4th. Tomorrow, well, big clashes all over the place in the next couple of days. Hyderabad, having won that fifth set, will look to bounce back against Kochi. And don't forget Kochi Calicut to come on Saturday. From Alexa Strange and myself, we look forward to seeing you tomorrow night, live on Sony 6 and Sony 10.3 for more Rupe Pro Volleyball.